Hey guys, so this is my second video in the new little series I'm trying to do. So this is probably the road bike I ride the most, just because it's kind of my all-weather bike. I like take it out if I know I'm going to be riding with a couple people I don't often ride with. Which are kind of on lower levels, like riding skill wise. So I don't have to worry about if I crash it. Also ride it in races. Not that I do any because I'm so busy. But yeah, I have this bike kind of set up for only weather riding now. And I just redid the cabling a couple weeks ago, actually 2 weeks ago. I don't even have new bar tape to put on, so the bar tape looks pretty bad, especially it's white, so you can see where it used to be folded and that it needs to be changed. But anyways, here is my aluminum road bike. I got this from a friend. I'd actually cracked one of my old frames in a race, and I needed a bike to train on, and he's like, hey, I have this frame, it's a little small for you. But that's when I didn't really know how to set up the bike sizing yet, so I had, like, actually my carbon bike that I broke was a 61, and I'm only 6'2" on a tall day. And so anyways, I'm like, well, you know, oh, you have a 58? Oh, 58 will work. A little slightly different geometry, but so it is a Trek aluminum alpha frame. I actually used to see these quite a bit at the bike store I used to go to in Kingston. So this would have been probably about a 2010 frame, because one of the guys I ride with in Jasper, he's got the year newer, or a year or two newer, and that's what they were starting to bring in at the shop in 2011, 2012. So this originally came with 9-speed Sora, but I've upgraded it to 11-speed because all my other bikes take 11-speed and it's the same rear spacing. So I went on Chain Reaction when they still had Shimano components, and I was able to pick up 105 shifters, derailleur, and a bunch of pedals. And so I have this kitted out with 105 brakes, brake levers, and then a 105 rear derailleur, and it's a medium cage, and you'll see why it's a medium cage in a minute. But I think for both the shifters, the two brake calipers, and the rear derailleur, it was $400. Again, already had the wheels, already had extra cassettes, but I ran for a cassette actually. We're on 1128, and it's a nice cassette. Like, the jumps aren't too big, but you do have a pretty wide range. You know, like, I ride in Jasper quite a bit, and I'm a bigger guy, and the hills can get pretty bad, especially near the end of the ride. But the reason I run a medium cage derailleur is actually my chain rings. So I run a custom crankset or chain ring setup. So a 52 36 is on 110 bolt hole circle, but a compact 50 34 is also on 110. And if you run a medium cage trailer, the cage is long enough to soak up that extra chain. So in theory, you can run in a 52-28, and you can run a 34 to 11. Really bad for cross chaining, but you do have the capacity if you set up the chain at the right length. The front derailleur, it's still Sora. It works just fine. I have no problems dropping trains, believe it or not. This frame's actually really nice. Like, I do notice it soaks up the road vibrations a little bit more. You do have to put very slightly more power into it, I find, like feel wise, because I don't have a power meter on this. But for climbing, I actually find it's a really good bike. I find I can climb better on this bike than my S-Works, which is full carbon. But that's probably down to the fact I have oval chain rings on it. But one of the big things I like right now, because I didn't really change the cables when I changed out the shifters, which I should have. So I've been running the same ones, just kind of new cables is about it. So I'm like, okay, I got time, I'm gonna change the housing. And I did. And I don't know if any of you guys know or have seen this before, but this is actually Jaguar Elite Link, and it is phenomenal. The shifting is super buttery, and I'm comparing it to the nice stuff that I have on my high-end bikes. Like, if you know how to cable route, if you want to do the DIY project, it's $100 for each kit. So $100 for your brake, $100 for your shift. It's pretty phenomenal shifting. So what it is it's well, the old ones actually used to be a Kevlar coated cable. The new ones aren't. With a what is it? But it's like a frictionless plastic. It just, I'm so tired right now. I just drawing a blank on what it's called. And then each little link is aluminum, and it moves around really freely, but just the shifting is so crisp. I'm kind of thinking of switching out the cabling on my cross bike to it, just to get it even smoother. But that'll be another video. For saddles, I just have to swap this out because I just noticed when I was changing the cables that my old saddle cracked. So usually I run a white saddle, but right now it's a black. The white one's on order. This is a Specialized Toupee Expert. I don't run the S-Works, too heavy for it. They're not really recommended for anyone over 170 pounds. You can get away with it, and they are super comfortable. But with the carbon shell, it being that heavy, you really have to watch out for the bumps. or else you crack it, and then now you have a really expensive saddle that's garbage. But we're on a saddlebag, usually just one tube, 2 tire levers, small chain tool, and then CO2. I run 2 water bottles and Shimano Ultegra pedals. Not going to flip out the money for Dura-Ace. Dura-Ace is pretty expensive for not a lot of gain. And I think these are like 150 bucks, or not even. Tires, I actually really do prefer for training the Bontrager tires. Typically I run R2s in my dry, for dry conditions. These are actually the AW3s. Testing them out, but I'm definitely going to buy more of these. They're a 25 mil width. They're on Falcon rims, old rim brake. I don't see the benefits of disc on road, and that will come out to one of my later videos when I get into the S-Works and one of my other new bikes that I haven't unveiled yet. But yeah, this is my ride. I typically, when I'm doing 5,000-7,000 kilometers a year, I'll go through 2-3 chains, and then about every year I'll switch out a cassette and a set of chain rings. Usually go through a couple rear tires too, 1 front tire. But if you saw my last video, obviously I didn't switch any tires. I bought new tires for my cyclocross bike or bikes, but not really anything for the road, because I didn't ride them anywhere close to enough. But yeah, cat eye blinker, you might have noticed that in the last video. Just dawn and dusk kind of thing, gotta be seen. But yeah, this is my aluminum Trek, and it's probably one of my favorite bikes. But yeah, thanks for watching this till the end. Stay on your 2 wheels and keep out there riding your bikes. Thanks for watching. Bye.